it's Mrs. Ferris, and it's time for story time. I've got my friend with me today. He's a mouse. So, are our stories going to be about mice? No? Why not? Because you're hungry? Well, I don't have any food here. Oh, you picked stories about eating? Well, can you get me the first one? And we'll get started. This is a story called Little Mouse's Big Breakfast, and it's by Christine Pine. She did the pictures, and it's published by Nosy Crow. You see him on the sunflower? There's one last seed. On a crisp, cold day, as the night crept in, a hungry little mouse discovered he had nothing to nibble for breakfast the next morning. He had searched every sunflower for a seed and every bush for a berry, but all the food was gone. There was nothing to be found at home. Luckily, Little Mouse knew just where to go. He scampered along the path, up, up, up the drain pipe, until finally Little Mouse hopped through an open window, and there on the table was a bright blueberry. Well, Little Mouse loved a bright blueberry. A bright blueberry would be just perfect for a Little Mouse's breakfast. Little Mouse was just about to go home when he spotted something else. A rosy red apple. Well, Little Mouse loved a rosy red apple. A rosy red apple would be delicious with a bright blueberry for a Little Mouse's breakfast. But then behind the rosy red apple, Little Mouse discovered some crunchy cookies. And behind the crunchy cookies, he found a chunk of cheese, a plump pickle, a spicy sausage, and a sweet, sticky cupcake with a cherry on top. Little Mouse wasn't sure if these things would be particularly delicious, but he decided to take them anyway. Little Mouse had everything balanced when he spotted something special, something very tasty, something he knew would be just perfect for breakfast. A shiny, striped sunflower seed. Oh, what luck! Little Mouse loved a shiny, striped sunflower seed. Oh, a shiny, striped sunflower seed was his favorite. But just as he reached out to pick it up, crash! Do you see what I see? Do you see what he saw? Little Mouse wasn't the only one looking for breakfast. The big black cat loved a little mouse. Oh, a little mouse was his favorite. A little mouse would be just perfect for a big black cat's breakfast. Luckily, Little Mouse knew exactly what to do. He hopped out the window and scampered down, down, down the drain pipe until finally Little Mouse was home. And so, on a crisp, cold morning, Little Mouse had his first bite of breakfast. It was perfect, but it was small, and it was getting smaller. Little Mouse wasn't worried, though. He knew just where to go. Next door. Oh, do you see what's next door? Look out, Little Mouse. You might get a surprise. Well, can we do a finger play about something that you might eat? In fact, I think he had one in his big pile of food that he was carrying back. Can you show me your hot dogs? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And get your pan all ready to cook them? Here we go. 5 little hot dogs were cooking in the pan. The grease got hot and one went bam. So 4 little hot dogs are cooking in the pan. The grease got hot and one went bam. 3 little hot dogs are cooking in the pan. The grease got hot and one went bam. So now 2 little hot dogs are cooking in the pan. The grease got hot and one went bam. So now 1 little hot dog is cooking in the pan. The grease got hot and the one went bam. So how many do we have left? None. No little hot dogs are cooking in the pan. The grease got hot and the pan went bam. All right, well, we have another story. There was a hungry cat at the end of that one, wasn't there? And we've got a hungry cat in this one, too. This is called Drat, That Fat Cat. It's a story by Pat Thomson with illustrations by Ailey Busby. It's a nice name. And it's published by Arthur A. Levine Books, an imprint of Scholastic. And there's our cat. Once there was a cat, a fat, fat cat. Now, was that cat fat enough? What do you think? No, he was not. So he padded along the path in search of food. The fat cat met a rat. Have you any food, rat, deep in your hole? No, I have not, said the rat. Too bad then. I must eat you up. Eat me up? Why, you're fat enough already, said the rat. But was that cat fat enough? No, he was not. So he gobbled up the rat, oh my goodness, and padded along the path in search of food with the rat squeak, squeak, squeaking inside him. The fat cat met a duck. Have you any food, duck, to nibble in your nest? No, I have not, said the duck. Too bad, then I must eat you up. Eat me up? Why, you are fat enough already, said the duck. But was that cat fat enough? Can you guess? No, he was not. So he gobbled up the duck and padded along the path in search of food, with the duck quack, quack, quacking, and the rat squeak, squeak, squeaking inside him. The fat cat met a dog. Have you any food, dog, hidden in your house? No, I have not, said the dog. Too bad then. I must eat you up, said the cat. Eat me up? Why, you are fat enough already, said the dog. But was that cat fat enough? No, he was not. So he gobbled up the dog and padded along the path in search of food, with the dog woof, woof, woofing, and the duck quack, quack, quacking, and the rat squeak, squeak, squeaking inside him. Well, the fat cat met an old lady. Have you any food, old lady, in the bottom of your basket? No, I have not, said the old lady. Too bad. Then I must eat you up, said the cat. Eat me up? Why, you are fat enough already. But was that cat fat enough? No, he was not. So he gobbled up the old lady and padded along the path in search of food, with the old lady saying, Drat that fat cat, and the dog woof, woof, woofing, and the duck quack, quack, quacking, and the rat squeak, squeak, squeaking inside him. And then a bee buzzed around the fat cat's head, and without a thought, he swallowed it whole. Now the bee buzzed around inside, bzzz, inside that fat cat, where he found the rat squeak, squeak, squeaking, and the duck quack, quack, quacking, and the dog woof, woof, woofing, and the old lady saying, "Drat that fat cat." "This is an outrage," buzzed the bee. "There isn't room to swing a cat in here." Now the fat cat had forgotten what bees sometimes do. Do you know? He forgot that bees sting. "Ow!" cried the fat cat. "Meow! Ow! Ow!" Hick went the cat, and out popped the bee. Hick went the cat, and out popped the rat. Hick went the cat, and out popped the duck. Hick went the cat, and out popped the dog. Hick went the cat, and out popped the old lady. "Dear me," said the old lady, "you must be very hungry, cat. Why, come home with me, and I'll fatten you up." So the cat padded along the path behind her in search of food, hick, hick, hicking all the way home. So was that fat cat now fat enough? No, he was not. I hope he'll just eat his food, and not the rat, and definitely not the bee. Well, can you make a fist with your hand like this? That looks kind of like a beehive, kind of round. So we're going to do a finger play about it. Here is a beehive, but where are the bees? Well, they're hiding inside where nobody sees. Let's count them as they come out of the hive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And what do bees do when they come out of their hive? They go bzzz, and then go right back in. All right, well, let's have another story about, well, some piggy eaters, I guess you'd say. This is called Piranhas Don't Eat Bananas. It's by Aaron Blabby. He did the pictures. And it is published by Scholastic Press. Now, do you know what a piranha is? You can see it's a fish, but let's have a little more information. They've got it right here at the beginning. It says, the piranha is a freshwater fish that lives in South American rivers. They are known for their sharp teeth, powerful jaws, and their enormous appetite for meat. The piranha will happily eat cows, sheep, donkeys, horses, monkeys, gorillas, cats, dogs, kittens, puppies, guinea pigs, bunny rabbits, goldfish, postmen, pizza delivery guys, little children who've been naughty, professional tennis players, old ladies who were just sitting in the wrong place at the wrong time, little children who've actually been pretty good, astronauts, ballet dancers, belly dancers, TV talent show contestants, chimney sweeps, and most other types of people. What they don't eat, though, is fruit, especially bananas. Do you think they'd like toes? Hey there, guys. Would you like a banana? What's wrong with you, Brian? You're a piranha. Well, how about some silver beet? Are you serious, Brian? We eat feet. Would you rather a bowl of peas? Stop it, Brian. We eat knees. Well, I bet you like some juicy plums. That's it, Brian. We eat bums. We don't eat apples. We don't eat beans. We don't eat veggies. We don't eat greens. We don't eat melons. We don't eat bananas. And the reason is simple, pal. We are piranhas. Well, said Brian, I think that's silly, guys. Fruit is the best. Well, we can't take much more of this. Give it a rest. Okay, I'll stop then. You'll hear no more chatter, but only if you try my awesome fruit platter. Give it here then. So, what do you think, guys? Is it yucky or yum? It's very nice, Brian, but we still prefer bum. Isn't that silly? Well, let me think of another finger play that we could do. Can you think of one we should do together? About something that likes to eat something else? Maybe you can grow a tree and put your 5 monkeys in it? And over with your other hand, can you make a crocodile mouth? 5 little monkeys swinging in the tree, teasing Mr. Crocodile, you can't catch me. Along comes Mr. Crocodile, as hungry as can be, and he goes snap. Hide your monkeys, okay? So 4 little monkeys are swinging in the tree, teasing Mr. Crocodile, you can't catch me. Along comes Mr. Crocodile, as hungry as can be, and he goes snap. 3 little monkeys are swinging in the tree, teasing Mr. Crocodile, you can't catch me. Along comes Mr. Crocodile, as hungry as can be, and he goes snap. 2 little monkeys are swinging in the tree, teasing Mr. Crocodile, you can't catch me. Along comes Mr. Crocodile, as hungry as can be, and he goes snap. So 1 little monkey is swinging in the tree, teasing Mr. Crocodile, you can't catch me. Along comes Mr. Crocodile, as hungry as can be, and he goes snap. So no little monkeys are swinging in the tree, I'd better watch out so he won't catch me. We've got one more book. This is called I Will Not Eat You. It's by Adam Lehrhaupt and Scott Magoon. Great names. And it's published by Simon and Schuster. Do you see what I see? It's a cave. Theodore lived in a cave. It was a quiet cave, and that's the way he liked it. Now, one morning, a bird flew up to the cave, and it tweeted and squawked at Theodore. Tweet, tweet, squawk, squawk, tweet. Theodore thought, does it want me to eat it? But Theodore wasn't hungry. Go away, silly bird, he said. I will not eat you. So the bird flew away. Now later, a wolf jogged up to the cave and it howled at Theodore. Ow! And Theodore thought, perhaps I should eat it. But Theodore wasn't hungry. Go away, loud wolf, he grunted. I will not eat you. So the wolf jogged away. That afternoon, a tiger ran up to the cave and it growled at Theodore. Grrr. And Theodore thought, should I eat it? But Theodore still wasn't hungry. Go away, rumbly tiger, he huffed. I will not eat you. So the tiger ran away. Well, that evening, a boy galloped up to the cave, and the boy roared at Theodore. Roar! Seriously? Thought Theodore. I should eat it. And Theodore was getting hungry. "Don't bother me, pesky boy," he bellowed, "or I will eat you." The boy did not go away. He roared again. Roar! And this upset Theodore. You ready to see what Theodore looks like? The boy poked. "That's it!" Theodore snarled, and Theodore chased the boy. "I will eat you!" He chased the boy until the boy fell down. And before Theodore could gobble him up, something unexpected happened. The boy laughed. And that made Theodore laugh. And you know, it's hard to eat someone when you're sharing a laugh. Theodore still lived in a cave, but now, well, that cave was extra quiet because Theodore was outside playing. "I can always eat him later," thought Theodore. But do we eat our friends? No, we do not. That would just be silly. Well, I think it's time for the flannel board. So let's go. And with all that eating that was going on, I thought we ought to have a flannel board story about eating. Now, if I put this up here, let's get them straight. You all know what that is, right? It's a tree, but it's not just any tree. It's a tree that grows something you probably like to eat. What would you suggest? Maybe an apple? So let's put an apple up there. But I don't want it to be lonely, so let's keep adding. So we've got 1 apple, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Way up high in the apple tree, 5 red apples smiled down at me. I shook that tree as hard as I could, and down fell an apple. It was good. Way up high in the apple tree, 4 red apples smiled down at me. I shook that tree as hard as I could, and down fell an apple. It was good. Way up high in the apple tree, 3 red apples smiled down at me. I shook that tree as hard as I could, and down fell an apple. It was good. Way up high in the apple tree, 2 red apples smiled down at me. I shook that tree as hard as I could, and down fell an apple. It was good. Way up high in the apple tree, 1 red apple smiled down at me. I shook that tree as hard as I could. Down fell the apple. It was good. So way up high in an apple tree, no red apples smiled down at me. I shook that tree as hard as I could. Down came no apples. They're gone for good. Do you know where they went? I hate them. Well, those are our stories today, all about eating. I hope you enjoyed them. Please feel free to leave a comment. I'd love to see who's watching the movies that we're doing. And if you have any suggestions, we'd love to hear them. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll be back next Thursday at 10:30 for Storytime. See you then.